Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Thakal. The top stories first. Nepali Congress says government not serious about solving border disputes, says communist government is a complete failure. Home Ministry braces for cold wave this winter, instructs all departments to remain prepared to tackle disaster. Conflict victims of Lomjung accuse the government of ignoring their plights, say they have been denied justice for years. UN criticizes Trump's war crime pardon, says it sends a disturbing signal. And Wales secures place in Euro 2020. This is the second time Wales will be competing in the top European competition. And now the news in detail. Main opposition party Nepali Congress has alleged the government of not taking solid steps to resolve the border disputes with India. Organizing a press conference yesterday, Nepali Congress spokesperson Biswa Prakash Sharma claimed that the ruling party will eventually fail to seek a permanent solution to the border disputes without initiating any high-level political and diplomatic steps. Sharma also said that the aggressive statements given by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli also shows a lack of seriousness towards solving the dispute amicably.
इतिहासले एउटा यस्तो कालखण्डमा ल्याइपुर्याएको छ जुन कालखण्डमा सरकारले प्रखर ढङ्गले उभिने र सरकारले उभिएर कूटनैतिक र राजनैतिक रूपमा उच्च स्तरीय पहल गरेर हाम्रा भूमिहरूको सन्दर्भमा आवेग मुक्त ढङ्गले बहस गरेर यसलाई समाधानमा पुर्याउन सक्ने सन्दर्भमा सरकार सफल हुन सकिएको देखिन्न.
Sharma admitted that the Indian army could not be removed from Kalapani in the past when Congress led the government due to internal political crisis. However, spokesperson Sharma described the communist government as an absolute failure and said Nepali Congress has been taking up its role as a responsible opposition. Minister for Home Affairs Ram Bahadur Thapa has directed all departments under the ministry to take necessary precautions to protect the citizens from cold wave during this winter. During a meeting of the Natural Disaster Risk Minimization Committee held at the Home Ministry yesterday, Home Minister Thapa directed all concerned departments to remain alert and act quickly in case of crisis. Minister Thapa also instructed all district disaster risk management committees and local risk management committees to collaborate with all governmental and non-governmental organizations for adopting safety measures to protect the citizens from cold wave. District administration offices have also been directed to coordinate with non-governmental organizations to work with disaster management in the respective districts. The meeting also instructed the concerned municipalities and rural municipalities to identify the poor and underprivileged citizens who are likely to be affected by the cold wave in winter and make pre-arrangements for providing relief. The National Human Rights Commission has unveiled data that show increasing cases of child rights violation in Nepal. Spokesperson of the National Human Rights Commission, Mohana Ansari, informed that incidents of child rights violations are increasing every year in the country. She said the 2,330 children are currently missing and that the government is unaware of their whereabouts. Speaking at a program in Lalitpur yesterday, Ansari said that even non-governmental organizations have shown lack of interest towards this issue.
जोखिममा पर्ने छैन त्यसको ग्यारेन्टी दिन्छु भनेर राज्यले अरबौं डलर भित्राउँछ. अरबौं त्यसको लेखाजोखा छैन. तपाईहरु मेरो तलब पनि त्यही अरबौं डलरबाट आउँछ. सिभिल सोसाइटीले गर्ने काम पनि त्यही अरबौं डलरबाट आउँछ. नेपाली इकोनोमी त्यहाँ जाँदैन. तर इन्स्टिट्युसन जुन इन्स्टिट्युसन प्रति हाम्रो विश्वास छ, जुन इन्स्टिट्युसनले त्यसलाई फेयरली काम गर्दै पर्छ, त्यो इन्स्टिट्युसन चाहिँ जवाफदेही खरा.
She said it was unfortunate that the government remained indifferent towards the status of the missing children despite accepting thousands of dollars to prevent child right violations. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The Metropolitan Traffic Police Division has requested all transport entrepreneurs to paste the Visit Nepal 2020 stickers on the public vehicles. In a discussion program organized with the stakeholders yesterday, the Traffic Police Division requested that every commercial vehicle paste a Visit Nepal 2020 sticker on them. The chief of the division, Veem Prasad Dhakal, had made the request to all concerned parties with the hope of helping make the Visit Nepal 2020 campaign a success. He also urged the owners of all public vehicles to take good care of their vehicles with a regular checkup and servicing to improve the overall aesthetic outlook of their vehicles.
जुन समस्याहरू छ हैन सानो सानो समस्याले पनि कहिलेकाहीँ के भयो त्यो समाधान नगर्नेमा त्यसले ठुलो रूप लिन सक्ने हुन्छ त्यसले नराम्रो हुन्छ भन्ने आधारमा चाहिँ कतिपय त्यस्ता समस्या छन् जुन चाहिँ हामी सबै सल्लाह गरेर अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ र त्यही सल्लाह गर्नको लागि चाहिँ अब हाम्रा विषय चाहिँ धेरै छन् जस्तो यहाँहरुको आफ्नो सेक्टरमा धेरै विषयहरू छन् तर हामीले सबै विषय एकैचोटि उठाउने भन्दा पनि एउटा एउटा विषयमा छलफल गरेर हामी अगाडि बढ्नु भने.
In the program, General Secretary of the Federation of Nepalese National Transport Entrepreneurs, Saroj Sitaula, expressed his commitment to make the Visit Nepal 2020 campaign a success. He also added that it is equally important for the government to improve the road condition to help with the campaign. The provincial capital of all 7 provinces must be fixed to make sure it is convenient to all the people living there, said chairman of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, Pushpa Kamal Dahal. Inaugurating a festival organized in Bhairaba by the entrepreneurs of Rupandehi yesterday, Chairman Dahal stated that the new cities should be prioritized while choosing provincial capitals. Accordingly, new locations should be chosen for establishing new cities, Chairman Dahal added.
मैले सकेसम्म राजधानी सबैलाई सबैभन्दा सहज हुने, सबैलाई सुविधा हुने, सबैलाई लाभ हुने गरी चाहिँ निर्धारित गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने भाषा मैले अस्ति नेपालगञ्जमा नै प्रयोग गरे, मैले दाङमा आएर नि प्रयोग गरे, आज तपाईहरुको अगाडि पनि मैले प्रयोग गर्ने भाषा सबैलाई सबैभन्दा बढी सुविधा र चाहिँ सबैभन्दा बढी सहज जहाँ हुन्छ त्यही गर्ने हो.
Chairman Dahal claimed new laws and policies that are business and investment friendly are in the offing, and some other laws are also being drafted that would create a suitable environment for promoting business and industries. Chairman Dahal opined that the dreams of Nepali entrepreneurs will be fulfilled within the next 5 years. The festival, that will last for 5 days, has 400 stalls, including 5 foreign stalls, to promote agriculture, tourism and commerce. The World Bank has predicted economic recession to hit the Indian market but says Nepal will remain unaffected. The World Bank has predicted the South Asian countries to slump by 2.5%, with the only exception of Nepal and Bangladesh. The World Bank has predicted Nepal's economy to grow by 7%. Our report.
On Tuesday, the World Bank released its current economic report, which predicted India, which constitutes a massive 80% of the South Asian economy, to be hit by a major economic slowdown. The drop of 7% in import, 11% in investment and 7% in consumption will be the reason for the economic recession, according to the World Bank. The report has also predicted Sri Lanka and Pakistan to suffer from the slump. However, Bangladesh and Nepal will not be affected from the recession.
भारतमा चाहिँ अहिले ठुलै आर्थिक मन्दी चाहिँ हुने चाहिँ लक्षणहरू देखिएको कुरा विश्व बैंकले स्वीकार गरेको छ। क्षेत्रीय अर्थतन्त्रमा र ग्लोबल अर्थतन्त्रमा नै नेपाल चाहिँ त्यति नजिकसित एकीकृत नभइसकेको हुँदाले यो अन्य क्षेत्रीय प्रभाव जुन गिर्दो छ स्लो डाउन त्योबाट चाहिँ नेपाल अलिकति अछुतो रहने सक्ने सम्भावना पनि छ।
The World Bank releases a current economic report targeting the South Asian countries every 6 months. Although the report clearly states a drop of 2.5% on the economic growth of South Asian countries, Nepal will still look at a growth of 7%.
आकार हाम्रो सानो छ हैन, आर्थिक वृद्धिको प्रक्षेपण चाहिँ मेरो विचारमा बंगलादेश पछि अरुको घटाइया छ। नेपालको चाहिँ अघि मैले भने नि अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय प्रभाव कम हुने भएर हाम्रो त आफ्नै मौलिक स्रोतहरू भए, रेमिटेन्समा खासै ठुलो असर भएको छैन। पानी राम्रो पर्दियो भने 1/3 कृषिले त्यसैले तेगिहाल्छ अनि उद्योग क्षेत्र पनि अलिकति भयो भने त्यो हामीले जुन सरकारले र सरकारी खर्च पनि अलिकति राम्रोसित गर्न सकियो पहिले विगतका वर्षहरूमा भन्दाखेरि यो 5.7% को आर्थिक वृद्धि चाहिँ नेपालको लागि त्यति ठुलो चुनौती होइन।
The worldwide recession is set to affect major world economies. The report further states that any major financial transactions within the country has to be monitored by the central government at policy level, but the responsibility of the service sector has to be taken up by the local government. The report also talks about the importance of decentralized governments of Nepal and its responsibility in allocating budget.
Break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. The UN harshly criticized US President Donald Trump's decision to pardon 3 US service members accused of war crimes as a disturbing signal to military forces worldwide. These 3 cases involved serious violations of international humanitarian law, both proven and alleged, including the shooting of a group of civilians and execution of a captured member of an armed group, UN Rights Office spokesman Rupert Colville told reporters. According to AFP, Trump on Friday pardoned a former soldier convicted of murder and a Green Beret charged with killing a suspected Taliban bomb maker, defying warnings that it would be an abuse of the powers afforded to him under the US Constitution. Trump dismissed a second-degree murder conviction against Army First Lieutenant Clint Lawrence, who is 6 years into a 19-year term for ordering soldiers in 2012 to fire on 3 unarmed Afghan men, 2 of whom died. He granted clemency to West Point graduate Matt Goldstein, an ex-member of the elite U.S. Army Green Berets, charged with premeditated murder in the shooting death of an alleged Taliban bomb maker in 2010. The president also reversed the demotion of Edward Gallagher, a 15-year Navy SEAL accused of stabbing a death-wounded teenage Islamic State prisoner in Iraq and of other killings of civilians. Another Pakistan's ailing ex-minister Nawaz Sharif left by air ambulance yesterday for London, where he is due to receive medical treatment after battling the government for permission to travel, his doctor and close aides said. Sharif, 69, is suffering from an autoimmune blood disorder, has high blood pressure and his kidney functions are deteriorating, according to aides. His doctor has said he is fighting for his life. He had been in prison serving a sentence for corruption but was bailed last month to receive treatment. Since then, his party and family have been fighting to get his name removed from a travel stop list to allow him to go to the overseas for the treatment. Sydney was shrouded in dangerous haze yesterday as smoke from bushfires blazing along Australia's eastern seaboard sent pollution levels soaring in the country's biggest city. Official data showed that pollution had reached hazardous levels across Sydney, with the highest readings of PM 2.5 particulates in the city's northwest reaching 186 parts per million on the air quality index, comparable to Delhi, and residents warned to avoid outdoor exercise. 6 people have been killed and hundreds of homes destroyed in bushfires across New South Wales and Queensland since the September start of the fire season, which peaked last week, causing widespread devastation, according to AFP. Cooler weathers brought some respite for firefighters in recent days, but higher temperatures, gusting winds and low humidity are expected to rise the bushfire threat again on Wednesday. More than 110 fires are currently burning across Australia's east, with dozens of blazes still uncontained. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Wales secured their second ever European Championship qualification as returning Aaron Ramsey scored 2 goals. Juventus midfielder Ramsey started for the first time this campaign for Wales as they defeated Hungary 2-0. The jubilations at the Cardiff City Stadium was evident as the crowd went into euphoria as Ramsey tucked in his second goal with composure. Next year's European Championship will be Wales' second in succession and the only third major tournament in their history. In other matches, Germany trounced Northern Ireland 6-1, buoyed by a hat-trick from Serge Gnabry. Belgium also ended their splendid qualification campaign with a 6-1 win over Cyprus, with braces from Christian Benteke and Kevin De Bruyne. The Netherlands also put 5 past Estonia with the help from Liverpool midfielder Jorginho Wijnaldum. The top 2 teams from each qualifying group have been confirmed a place in the Euro 2020, while the teams finishing third will have to compete in the playoff in March. English Premier League club Tottenham Hotspurs have sacked their manager Mauricio Pochettino after 5 years in charge. The Spurs boss Pochettino was 5 years in charge of the London club from May 2014. The Argentine had guided Tottenham to the League Cup final in his first full season, while two third-placed finishes for Spurs sandwiched a runners-up spot in the Premier League in 2017. The highlight of his managerial career was the extraordinary season Spurs had last season to reach the Champions League final, only to be defeated by Liverpool. However, Spurs had failed to build any sort of momentum this season and are currently 12th in the table. They were also knocked out of the League Cup by second-tier side Colchester. Spurs chairman Daniel Levy confirmed the news through a statement in which he said it was a difficult decision but one that needed to be made. 2 names in the running to take the vacant positions are former Manchester United coach Jose Mourinho and former Juventus coach Massimiliano Allegri. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Nepali Congress says government not serious about solving border disputes, says a communist government is a complete failure. Home Ministry braces for cold wave this winter, instructs all departments to remain prepared to tackle disaster. Conflict victims of Lomjung accuse the government of ignoring their plights, say they have been denied justice for years. US criticizes Trump's war crime pardon, says it sends a disturbing signal. And Wales secures place in Euro 2020. This is the second time Wales will be competing in the top European competition. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.